Good morning, everyone. Wait, where do my lights go? Oh, hold on. Oh, woo. Good morning. It is me, Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac, aka Mother of the Decade, aka looks a decade younger than she really is. Thank you for joining me. We are in my new studio. It is not complete yet, but it will be soon. And I'll be streaming from here on out. I wish you could see this cool, I got one of them round screens now. Ooh, it's so dope. Ooh, it's so cool. All right, so we are not going live this morning because I am in court. So I am recording this on Thursday for your benefit for Friday morning. I'm sorry to miss you. I think this is like the first Friday I missed you in a year. I mean, really, I don't think I've missed it. Well, I did some in January, missed some in January because I was out of the country. So here we are. I'm recording for you because I won't be able to see you live. I'm sorry, guys. All right, this week in YSL, this case is so stupid. This case is so stupid. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of it. I don't understand it. I'm glad I don't live in Fulton County. Soon I'll have sounds and I'll be like and do the horn and stuff. I put my mic over here. Hopefully y'all can hear me. This is again my first time using the studio setup, so it's really exciting, but I'm not sure if it works yet, so let me know how you feel. All right, so on Tuesday, there was no court on Monday. I just did full screen and it did the whole screen. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out together, because if I do this, it's like my whole screen. All right, so on Tuesday, I don't know, there was a bunch of shit and it was mainly boring. And this lady who worked for the APD wore a sweatshirt to court. I could not freaking believe it. If you are ever called to court and you watch this channel, please do not show up in a GD hoodie. Show some respect, okay? Unbelievable. She's in a freaking hoodie, y'all. Okay. Anyhow, so the girl testifies in a hoodie, I don't know, some bullets. Then Shard did an excellent cross-examination on this cop, talking about, would you want to look at this video? Would you want to talk to the clerk? You know, the worst freaking detective work we've ever seen. It's so easy for Shard to tear it apart because it's so bad. All right, so on comes this little girl here, and this is like, honestly, like the only interesting witness of the day. Here we go. Okay, now, take a good look. Take a good look. Is this who Caleb Bumpus replaced? I don't know. All right, let's listen to her. We're going to have her talk a little faster. Okay, so something was up with the sound. There was no sound at first, which was a bummer because it looks like there was some very interesting banter going on. I think she said something to the effect that she was the cutest girl that ever dated Shannon Stillwell. Soon there will be sound, I promise. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, now talk that talk. Okay.
Okay, I wish I knew what joke she just cracked. I wish I knew what she had said.
How long have you known? You said you was one of the prettiest girls you ever had. All right. So does that mean y'all used to date?
Yes.
Okay. When did you all date?
Since 2021.
And are you all still dating now? Just yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
If the answer, if someone asks you if you're dating someone and you say I don't know, that means no. That answer is actually no. How do you not know if you're dating someone?
Let me ask you this. Do you own guns?
Yes.
Right. How many guns have you owned? Or do you own currently?
Probably like 7, 6, I think.
Specifically, I want to ask you, have you ever owned an FN-57 pistol?
Yes.
Do you remember when did you purchase that gun?
December.
December
I
of
don't
what year?
I don't remember the year.
Okay. Have you had the opportunity to look at the receipt from that purchase?
Earlier.
Okay. We're looking at a copy of that receipt. Help refresh your memory as to what year and when you purchased that weapon?
Yes.
All right.
She's also in a hoodie, guys. I didn't realize that until
Commissioner
just now.
Coach Ramona?
At least her hoodie looks like a real outfit.
425 BB. Tell me, do you recognize 425 BB?
Ooh, by the way, I love Hilton's jacket. Have we seen this jacket before? I absolutely love it. If y'all know where to find it, tell me because it is so cute. I would totally wear that.
Let me ask you, does that look like the receipt from when you purchased an FN-57?
Yes.
And I see that you're flipping through it. Does that look like the application you filled out when you went to go purchase your weapon?
December 23rd, 2021.
And do you see on that receipt a serial number?
386-409-184.
All right.
So she bought a gun for Shannon,
409-184.
and
Is
now
it
the
same
cops
serial
have
number
it.
that's
Yes.
on the receipt?
Yes.
The gun that she purchased.
I swear, even when you have them in 2 times
Have you,
speed, they
and
are
back
slow.
in March of 2022, did you allow
And not slowness is not their southern drawl either. Like they are just slow.
Shannon to use that gun?
No.
Did you ever give that gun to Shannon?
No.
Were you aware that he had possession of that gun?
No.
Do you know someone by the name of Demekion Garlington?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Demekion Garlington?
He dated my friend.
Do you know if he is a friend of Mr. Jackson
Yes, ma'am.
or Mr. Stillwell? Have you ever spoken to Demekion Garlington on his cellular phone?
Yes.
Have you ever spoken with Mr. Demekion Garlington in March of 2022 about you giving Mr. Stillwell that handgun?
Objection. Hearsay.
I don't know.
Those are out of court statements being used to prove the truth of the matter asserted, which is that she gave this gun.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you.
She said I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if you've ever spoken with him?
I spoke to him, but I don't know if I spoke to him about a gun.
I haven't memorized every freaking thing I've ever talked to anyone about.
Mr. Garlington about the fact that Mr. Stillwell had been arrested on March 17, 2022.
After
Yes
he
or
got
no?
Oh, I don't know. No.
Or you don't remember?
I don't remember.
And in that call, do you remember telling Demekion Garlington that the gun he had would be a clean gun because you gave him that gun?
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
If-
We had to
I
switch
don't know,
it.
it sounds like a
'Cause I don't have
lie.
a credit card, so Shannon.
So did Shannon rent the vehicle?
Okay, they're talking about the rental cars.
I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as State Exhibit 188 BB and 189 BB.
See how
Car did y'all
slow it
rent
is?
in March of 2022?
I don't know.
Do you remember renting a white Audi vehicle?
I didn't rent it.
Okay. Do you remember being with Mr. Stillwell Jackson when he rented the white Audi vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And looking at this picture, 188 BB, does the car appear to have any tints on the vehicle at this time?
Probably.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. It looked like it on the back.
Are you able to see inside of the
What
car?
I love about this is Stillwell peeking around like this. This is a funny picture to me.
Yeah. I'm still.
And specifically around March 14, 2022, were you and Mr. Jackson staying in any hotels in the Douglasville area of Georgia?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember when you began staying in hotels in the Douglasville area?
I don't remember the day.
How long were you staying in hotels?
We were staying in a hotel since March 9th.
March 9th. Why were you staying in hotels since March 9th of 2022?
Because these girls tried to rob me.
That perked me
Did you
up.
know who these girls were?
No, ma'am.
I hear
Do you
whispering.
know if these girls were affiliated with any gangs?
I don't know.
So some girls tried to rob her, and her and
You said
Shannon
you started
started staying
staying
in
on
a
March
hotel.
9th, 2022.
Makes sense.
Do you know? Remember if you stayed at the hotels a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Do you remember at all?
It was like 3 hotels. It was. Oh, you want me to keep going?
You stayed at 3 different hotels.
Yes, ma'am.
Over the course of how long? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Do you remember?
It was probably like until he got locked up.
On March 17th. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So he stayed in hotels until he got locked up.
For Demekion Garlington, did you have a nickname that you called him?
Scarface.
Any other? And does he have a nickname?
Babe.
Oh, that's okay. That's your okay. That's fair. That's fair. Did you ever hear people call him SB?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
That's cute. So her nickname, of course, for him is Bay, of course.
And in March of 2022,
Scat Pack Charger.
and did Mr. Jackson have a vehicle that he owned in March of 2022?
We shared a car.
It was that you shared that Charger.
Yeah.
I have no further question.
Why is she sharing a car with her man?
Miss Alexander. Good afternoon. Hey, we've met before, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me start out with. I'm not trying to embarrass you. Okay.
Okay.
In your relationship with Shannon from 2021 to when he was arrested, were there issues? Thank you. With infidelity.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I'm sorry. My mom messed up. Yes, sir.
Okay.
2 times.
You said 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who was unfaithful?
And at some point throughout your relationship, had you gone through his phone?
Yes.
Okay. When you went through his phone, you were looking for other women that he was messing with, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did he openly let you look at his phone, or was he protective of his phone?
He wasn't there when I looked in it.
Okay.
So he gave me the password.
Let me ask you this: when he was arrested on March 17, 2022, did you have interest in looking at his phone to see what he had going on?
No, I didn't have his phone.
No, I didn't say did you have his phone. I know you didn't have his phone.
Oh, did I want to?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So March 17, 2022, you want, one of the things you want to do is look at his phone
Yes.
and what he has going on inside his phone.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Now, said something interesting on direct about being robbed. When were you robbed?
What day?
Y'all.
Yeah.
Shannon's suit, this green, ooh, I swear this is like one of the first times he's been dressed in a way where I am very impressed. I love it. I love Shard's suit. Shard's been on point ever since he's been in this with Weinstein. He has just stepped up a notch, and Shannon looks great in this suit.
Yes.
I love it.
Like the 9th, 10th?
March 9th or 10th of 2022?
I think it was March 9th.
March 9th of 2022? Okay. And Ms. Alexander, at that time, you were working in a cash industry, correct? And by that,
Yeah.
I mean you would get paid in cash, and you would tend to have cash on you, correct?
I danced.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So at that time, you were a dancer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as a dancer, you get paid cash, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that robbery happened at night, correct?
Yes, sir.
She had,
The dancer and the drug dealer, like that's the quintessential quintessential couple, right? The drug dealer and the dancer. Almost, Shard made a mistake in having her admit she's a dancer because that almost 100% concludes that Shannon was a drug dealer. In my mind.
Shannon wasn't with you when you got robbed?
No.
Okay. And this robbery.
I didn't get robbed. They tried to rob me.
They tried to rob you. I'm sorry. They did try to rob you. And this attempted robbery, this is all on video, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And people hid out and waited for you to walk down a hallway, and then they charged you with weapons, correct?
They charged me? They charged at me?
Yeah, they charged at you.
Yes.
Okay. And because you were being robbed, you
Shot him.
shot at them.
Shot her.
Oh, you shot her. Okay. All right. Now,
Damn.
ultimately, the people that were trying to rob you on that video were charged, correct?
Yes, sir.
By the police?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were never charged because you were acting in self-defense.
Yeah, I didn't get charged.
Okay. But on March 9th of 2022, after someone tried to rob you and take your money from you, you became concerned for your safety, didn't you?
Hell
Yes, sir.
yeah.
You became concerned that people were looking out for you, correct?
Yeah, clearly.
You were concerned that people were going to try to, for some reason, get revenge on you, even though all you were doing was defending yourself.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Duh.
Okay.
That's exactly how I felt.
Beginning on March 9th, 2022, you started having concerns about people being able to know what kind of car you were driving, correct?
Yes.
and knowing where you lived, correct?
Yes.
And that was all stemming from the March 9th.
Y'all, Shard is so good. Do you see how he just connected that? I didn't even make the connection. He's like, you were scared. You rent a car. She can't rent a car because she doesn't have credit, so you have your boyfriend rent a car. God, Shard is chef's kiss.
2022 incident, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, after the March 9th, 2022
Brilliant.
incident, you certainly let Shannon know about what happened, right?
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I told my boyfriend.
Okay. And you decided, even though you had a Scat Pack Charger, that's a fancy car, right?
Yeah.
Even though and that Scat Pack Charger had tinted windows, did it not?
The worst tint you could get.
The darkest tint you could get.
Yeah.
Okay, but even though you had that Scat Pack Charger with the tinted windows, you decided that you needed to get a rental, correct?
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
And you went and got a rental shortly after March 9th, 2022, correct?
Yeah, like, I don't know if it was the next day. I can't remember.
Okay, and do you remember where you got your rental from?
On Thornton Road. But I think it was Enterprise.
Okay. I beg the question, though, it's just true,
Okay.
Remember that?
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, around this time, actually a couple days later, Shannon also got a rental, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he walked right into the store with you, and you guys dealt with the cashier, and he gave over his ID and his payment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you about your Scat Pack. Even to this day, you had that car until recently, correct?
I still got it.
Okay, you still have it. Even to this day, you've continued to get that car wrapped, correct?
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months, you get the car wrapped. What is wrapping a car?
The car color orange, but I keep switching it up.
Okay.
Keep getting a different color.
And why do you keep getting a different color?
Why? Yeah.
Cause I don't know who them girls was.
Right. So even to this day, you keep switching the colors of your car that you own,
Yeah.
just to keep yourself safe.
Yes, sir.
And you got those windows tinted to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you about tint.
Y'all, did Abate? Is this Abate? Did he cut his
You got-
hair? Why would he cut his hair off?
Tint on cars before.
Every car I get.
Okay. When you go and get tint, and when they install the tint, do they tell you not to roll down your window for 24 to 48 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
This is so
And-
good. This is so good because the state. Remember, they claimed that Shannon shot from inside the car, and then they were like, "Well, why is there's no gun residue anywhere in the car, right?" But if he shot from in the car and he had just got the car tinted, that means he rolled down the window with the fresh tint, and he would have messed up the tint. Period. That's why they tell you not to roll down the window. It messes up the tint. The tint would have had some weird lines in it if he had rolled down that window. Shard is brilliant.
If you roll down your window within that time, it can cause the tint to be damaged or bubble up, correct?
Boom.
Yes.
Okay. So if you were to get tint on, say,
Okay,
March
so
14th,
that to me was like the highlight of that day. I just the like incompetency of the state and their investigations is so frustrating. I like as a taxpaying citizen, it's just this case. I swear. All right, so then the next day, someone. Where is he though? I'm trying to find his testimony. I know they showed his face. Someone testified, and I didn't think it was too bad. Let's see if we can. So this was Wednesday.
At the time, Your Honor, we are on a wiretap with Mr. Garlington that also placed
Oh,
him
no. This was not Wednesday.
in the
Hold on. I'm working backwards. I don't know what day this was, but that's how bad this is. I don't even know what day it is. Antonio Sumlin, he testified the day after this little girlfriend testified, and I don't think his testimony really did anything. It kind of implicated Jeffrey Williams, as like King Slime or whatever, but Williams isn't in the trial anymore, and I really don't understand how someone connected Yak or Shannon to anything. And in fact, someone said he had only met Yak like 3 years before or something, and he'd known Shannon for over 20 years. Like, none of that was any kind of evidence that was really compelling or made me think that there's some kind of reasonable doubt, or I'm sorry, that there isn't reasonable doubt, because a girl is doubting, oh shit, is Sprinkle back on today? I have never, y'all, in my life, heard of a DA's office that had the investigators, like, you, but maybe that's just because the DA's office in Fulton County knows that the actual investigators in Fulton County are worthless.
Hello. Hey. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. Sleeping.
Oh, look at Yak's suit. I love that. I love that maroon.
Oh, okay. You want him?
I can't understand a word these people are saying.
I don't know why you like something like that. You want to call?
You go call them 16, 1-6. Yeah, but they trying to still push the mixtape out. Three of them.
Just tell them to get 10 or 13 good songs and drop it. And
Okay.
then find, like, don't use that red bandana shit. They love bandana burgers. Just tell them find, like, a picture, like, on slime feed. And what else can say? Man.
All the detectives and the different units up there.
Okay, Hilton, I'm liking this suit. I like that.
I was approached by a detective, Jeffrey Henderson, from the robbery unit, regarding a robbery case involving Mr. Huey that he had.
And when he approached you, what if any steps?
Okay, so now they're talking about some robbery
What
Huey
steps did you
did.
take to assist him with that investigation?
Huey's not even part. Huey's not even part of the case again anymore. So I don't understand, like, what the point is here. The state is showing evidence about people who have been eliminated from the case. It doesn't even make sense to me at this point. Like, how and why have they not reorganized? Like, how, when you dump half the defendants, how do you not go, okay, let's go regroup. We have these 2 defendants left. We need to prove these elements of these crimes. Where are the facts that we need to do that? And who are the witnesses we need? Do we really need these people to talk about King Slime when we already, he's gone. He's not here anymore. I just don't think that the government actors, the employees of the government in Fulton County are capable of doing such a thing. I just really don't. I don't think that they could just, reorganize and shift. And that's what we're seeing, right? We're seeing that they're not doing that. So, ugh. Okay, y'all, this time of year is so busy for me. It used to be like kind of slow in November and December, but now, I don't know, for the last like 4 years, it's just wild. Not everyone, but a lot of people are trying to settle their lawsuits and kind of like fix outstanding things before the end of the year. And so we just get a huge rush. So I have trial Friday, that's why we're not live. I have a hearing Monday. I have an entire trial on Tuesday. I have so much. Wham, woe is me. I'm not saying this as a complaint. I am incredibly grateful. I am so grateful to have a ton of work. I really am. It is awesome. However, that takes away from my ability to commit to being with you. So long as no judge requires it, I will be with you again next Friday, okay? I probably will not be with you on Black Friday. I might pre-record something if I have time, but my son is going to be in town and I'm going to be spending time with him. So I will for sure see you next Friday in a live, hopefully, unless some judge requires otherwise. The judges come first. I will see you next Friday on the live. I really appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your support, your likes, your subscribes. To all my members, y'all are wonderful. You're amazing. Thank you for joining the club. I will have more membership content out to you soon. Again, I've just been a little overwhelmed. So, bear with me, folks. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next time.